Why is Joe called Otter Joe? I know you want to know. What were our childhood nicknames?
I
And
miss mine.
I know, it's great. Wait till you hear it. And what is your favorite place to have pizza?
Who doesn't love pizza?
Get ready, you're in for a real treat. Because who talks about it?
We talk about it.
Now. Oh, was I supposed to?
Now.
We should just keep it.
We will. Hi, welcome back to We Talk About It Now, and it's another Getting to Know Us Tuesdays.
Fun stuff.
We are your hosts. I'm Joe.
I'm Marisa.
And before we go into the basket, I promise probably our biggest supporter and the one who's probably gotten us as many subscribers as we both have tried to get us. Steven.
Hey, Steven.
You're probably used to hearing his name because he has a lot of questions in the basket too, but he asked one on Facebook that I just want to answer because I don't want to possibly 7 months later when we pick it. But
I mean, I already know, but
as you've probably seen, my Twitter handle is at Otter Joe, New York City. And I haven't really shared this, but if you know me on Instagram, my handle is just Otter Joe. It was already taken by the time I got to Twitter, so I had to add the New York City on it.
Okay.
So Steven asked, why is my username Otter Joe? So you can do your own little Googling about this if you're not in my little gay world or know this, but the gays community really loves to label and box people into categories.
As animals.
So, yeah, we love to pick animal categories. And so, just to give you some high level, bears are your bigger, hairy men. Your twinks are your little, young, skinny, almost look like they're on heroin, hairless gays. And really kind of over the last, probably 3-4 years, a lot more animals have come out.
Right.
And otters, which I'm more of a cub right now than an otter, but when I did these handles, when I really was passionate about working out, I'm going to get back there. An otter is an in-shape gay man who is hairy all over. And I am a hairy person. So,
Joe.
Otter Joe. I can't lie. As much as I hate labels on people, I love being an otter. I love the label of an otter. When I go to the zoo, I get so excited to see real otters. It's like I'm now obsessed with otters. And I'm so proud to be one. So,
Otter Joe.
Hence, even starting this, I didn't go create Joe Carden. I was like, no, I'm sticking with Otter Joe because I like it and I'm proud.
I like it.
So there you have it, everybody. That is why my handles are Otter Joe. All right. Now, promised Steve and I would answer in this episode, so we did. Now it's time for the basket. So I believe, I don't remember who went first last time, so this time I'll just make it you.
Okay, I will go. I'll do it, no worries. Okay. This is from Angelus. Thank you so much, Angelus. First of all, Angelus has been such a great supporter of us.
Absolutely.
Wrote this really awesome review about the show, and I really appreciate that. Angelus and I went to college together, and I really appreciate your support. It's awesome. So this is a question from Angelus. And, this is great.
That he submitted via the website.
Via the website, and you too can submit via the website. Favorite pizza place in New York City, ? Elsewhere, ? Well, for me, it's kind of a hard one to say because I am gluten-free. I'm one of those people.
But proven and tested, not...
Yes, not like...
She just gets irritable bowel when she eats it and diagnosed herself.
No, a doctor did tell me
She's
I shouldn't
doing
be.
it,
But I still don't walk into a restaurant and I'm like, oh, I rarely say it. I always know what my options can be, and if it's going to be a hassle, I'm not going to order it. I was a waitress for a very long time. So I'm not going to have you, prepare something separate for me. Or have you toast my own bread that I brought in, which a woman did to me once at the restaurant. She handed me a piece of, gluten-free bread, which, back in the day was, crumbling, like a rice cake, basically. And she was like, could you toast this for me? So I'm certainly not one of those people. But if I'd like to stay healthy and not be, vomiting or other things all over you, it's best for me not to have gluten. Period. That's it. So I will tell you, shockingly, I'll tell you someone who makes great gluten-free pizza. You're never going to believe it. Domino's.
Okay.
Domino's makes a great gluten-free pizza. It's a little too expensive, Domino's, I'll tell you that right now. But I understand why. But they make a really good pizza.
It's not your $5.99 large pizza.
Oh my gosh, it's like a personal one, but it's still a pretty good size. And it's $15. Okay, but I will
It's
say that it's good. It's got some really nice cheese, pepperoni, the crust, which is the most important part. It tastes as similar to a real pizza as I can get. Runner up includes this place in New York whose name escapes me. I'm gonna figure it out. It starts with a K. It's in the West Village, and they have an amazing gluten-free pizza. So if you're not in New York, I say go with Domino's. If you are in New York, I'm going to find out the name of this place for you. I think it starts with a K, and it's pretty excellent.
Put it in the episode Insider.
Yeah, I'll put it in the Insider, because it really is an awesome place to go to. It's right on Bleecker. It's really good. What about you?
So here in New York City, there's a place in Astoria that Chris just took me to.
Oh, Milkflower?
That one is also amazing.
Okay.
But it's called, like, Tofino
Okay.
or something.
Oh, cool. Here in Astoria?
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
nice. I wonder if they have a gluten-free option.
It was an amazing pizza, and I literally almost every time I get pizza now, I'm going to want to go back to that place.
Oh, nice.
So that's here in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
Leaving New York City for the elsewhere, hands down, best pepperoni pizza on the planet, I would bet money on, La Hacienda in Niagara Falls.
Ooh. Go see the fall. Go see one of the wonders of the world. And have the best pizza.
And find La Hacienda.
Is it right in Niagara Falls on the American side or the Canadian side?
It's in Little Italy on the American side.
On the American side.
In
Okay.
Niagara Falls.
All right.
Every time I go back to visit my family, La Hacienda Pizza is
Ooh,
on
okay.
the list.
Oh,
And
cool.
I tell everyone, hands down, the best pizza.
Nice. Well, that's some great options for you guys. Check it out. And I'll include the one that's in the West Village.
Yeah, and I'll confirm the official name of the one.
So go out and get some pizza and let us know. Thanks, Angela. This is a great question.
Yeah.
All right, Joe.
My turn. And to help keep this one shorter, we're only doing 2 questions this time. Do you have a nickname? If yes, how did you get it?
Well, we kind of talked about Otter Joe. But...
So I can't really say that's a nickname because I gave it to myself.
Okay.
And to me, nicknames are what like other people come up with for you.
Mm-hmm.
So to answer this one, I miss it, so I'm going to talk about it. Through my late teens, early 20s, like that college years, I was called Silly Joe by all of my friends.
Really?
I actually will still respond to it if someone calls me Silly Joe. And I miss it. I wish it didn't go away, but I moved, and so no one else where I've been even knows it. I feel like nicknames like are what people give you, not what you self-promote. How I got Silly Joe is actually really in a negative way, but it explains about my personality, and I just want it to be awesome. When I started working at a pizzeria, sorry, it wasn't my favorite in the area, on Grand Island.
It's not included on our list. Clearly.
I worked at a pizza and sub place. Some of the best subs in the world, John's Pizza and Subs. Just, I can say it's not the best pizza. I like the pizza, but I can't put it on my best. But anyways, one of the guys there, when I first started, and I wasn't out yet, but I think like a lot of people, it was a little obvious, he would derogatorily behind my back call me Silly Joe. Like, oh, no. Silly Joe, look at the Silly Joes here, to people. So then I was told about it, and I was just like, okay, and then it just stuck, and even with him, he learned to like appreciate me, like me, and didn't hate me or make fun of me for being gay anymore once he got to know me. But that's where Silly Joe started.
And then other people called you Silly Joe.
Yeah, like everyone I hung out with pretty much through that time of my life called me Silly Joe.
If you went back there now, would they call you Silly Joe?
The people that know me, yeah. Recently, actually, Kimmy on Facebook was like, "Hey, Silly Joe, I miss you," and it made me so happy that she called me Silly Joe because I really miss it.
Silly Joe.
Silly Joe.
Okay.
So that was my nickname that I wish I still had.
Okay. That's so funny. Silly Joe. Most people in my family call me Reese or Reese. So it's not that often that someone in my family will be like Marisa. Most of the time they'll say Reese or Reese. My grandpa has never in his life said my name. I don't even think he even refers to me by a name. He's called me Pumpkin from the day that I was born. But not like he'll be like, oh, I have 11 grandchildren. Matt, Joe, Emily, the Pumpkin, Nicole, Olivia, Tommy, Andrew, Kirstall, like Zachary. Like, he'll never say Marisa. So my grandma, he used to be like, oh, Matt, I'm the second. But it doesn't sound good coming in the second. It sounds better in 3. So we'll just say I'm the third. He'll be like, Matthew Joe the Pumpkin, and my grandma would be like, Marisa, Emily, blah, blah, blah. So he's always called me Pumpkin. By my friends, I have 2 nicknames. So growing up, I was called the Scavenger. Scav, my instant messenger name was Scav228, which, by the way, I had to call for my student loan the other day, and the guy was like, do you still live at 1244 Wadsworth Street? And I was like, haven't in about 15 years. Don't know why you haven't. I'm glad I owe you $100,000, the federal government, but you don't know where I live. That's good. And they were like, is your email still scav228 at gmail.com? I'm at AOL.com. No, it's not. And I was like embarrassed because like scav stands for scavenger.
Because I heard someone with an AOL email address.
It's just like he was like, is it still scav228 at AOL.com? I'm like, no. Scavenger or scav is because I was always eating everyone else's food. Let me put it to you this way. I had lunch every day at school. I never bought it, nor did I bring it, but I always had lunch every day. So there's that, and I'm still that way.
So resourceful.
And Medusa is my other nickname. Medusa is what like my really close girlfriends call me. And I don't know where it started, but I do tell you that I once wore, for a while in high school, I wore, this is so embarrassing, not like a weave, like a fall to make my hair long. I cut my hair short and it was horrible and I was depressed. And I begged my mother to like, I basically had extensions before extensions were cool. And I like never brushed it. I always had someone who has like wild hair. Like I'm not in the mood to like brush it, or I spent a lot of money on blowouts because I don't want to deal with it myself. And I just had like crazy hair. So my girlfriends would call me Medusa. Medusa. It's still to this day, which one of my best friends call me is Medusa. Hey Medusa. Always. I would say those are the following. So I'll answer to Reese, Pumpkin. I don't really answer to Scavenger much anymore, but I will. I'm down for it. And Medusa. And those are my nicknames.
All
Get
right.
on it.
So we hope you enjoyed this episode of We Talk About It Now's Getting to Know Us Tuesdays. As we say, you can go to wetalkaboutitnow.com or weblogabouitnow.com. Look at the participate drop down, and you can submit questions that you want us to answer in the basket. Thank you so much for everyone who submitted questions so far. And for Angelus today, we picked one of your questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Look for these episodes every Tuesday. You can also respond to these questions on our videos here on YouTube or on our Facebook page or on Twitter at We Talk Now. And also, if you want to ask your friends these questions and see how they answer, just please use the hashtag WTAIN. So hashtag WTAIN.
For a minute, I was like WTAIN.
We'll have it up here. So you can use that, and that way we can see how everyone's answering these questions out there. The engagement is the most fun part of everything about this. So thank you for everyone who's starting to engage, and we look forward to more doing it. But for right now, this is it. And who talks about it?
We talk about it
Now.